Hello everybody and welcome to Your World on the Canvas. Today we're going to talk about the Boston Celtics. And the reason I'm talking about them is because they did the job last night. They beat the Blazers. Now, they let the Blazers come back. That's, again, I think because Kemba wasn't there. So, with Kemba full strength, the Celtics are really a threat in the East. Now, I did say the other day that how, after a subpar game, Paul George played, one of those filler teams and he was able to light it up. And, there are suggestions out there that the same thing happened to Jason. However, I do not believe so. I do not believe the same thing happened to Jason. And I'll tell you why. For one thing, Jason Tatum, right? Jason Tatum himself, he adjusted his game. Do you see what I'm saying? He had 8 assists. How many assists did Paul George have? Maybe 2 or 3. So Jason is learning to bring an all-around game. Paul George is way ahead supposedly on the curve than Jason, but unfortunately, Paul George doesn't have the heart. Jason is still learning, so we cannot put all that pressure on him. And so herein lies the problem with Jason Tatum. That's why I call him the problem. I call him the problem is because he doesn't really realize how good he is yet. And no one has been able to solve him once he gets hot. LeBron James gave him that name. He said, that boy's a problem. And he really is. He went to a school I hate, Duke. However, I do have to commend Coach K for all his players are always fundamentally sound. And even though they're not, some of them are not high-ranking superstars, it's only recently that the Duke name has really become really great in the NBA, even though they sent a lot of players into the NBA. But one thing you can say about his players is that they're cerebral. They are very fundamentally skilled. How else do you think Shane Battier made it? And what's that other dude that was in Cleveland? Told Cleveland he was coming back and then signed with the Jazz. I don't remember his name. That shows you how important he is in my mind. But Jason Tatum is the real deal. He dropped 34 points on the Blazers. And when his game wasn't flowing, he trusted in his teammates. He trusted them. And that's what's important. Jason is learning on the fly. He topped 8 assists. That was really good. If you look at him, he knows how to set himself up well. He has great footwork, fundamentally sound. This is what I love about this man. Watch. 2, 3 dribble. Boom, stop. Boom, shot. That's the man right there. Watch. Got it. Reverse layup. Jason Tatum is a problem already for the NBA, and he has not even really reached the ceiling. Now, if you think you're going to mess with Jason, let me introduce you to the Punisher, Jaylen Brown. I call him the Punisher because the way he takes it to the rim, it's over. He will punish you. He's punished LeBron. He's punished Giannis over and over again. Every year he's been in the league, he is dunked on Giannis. Every year. Check him out. Hop, skilled. People underestimate this man. First of all, Celtics fans didn't want him. I didn't know who he was because I don't follow the college game that much. But as I watched him play, even as a rookie, I felt he should have had more playing time. But, for him, what I like is that he kept on grinding, and he's still grinding. He's the reason that they beat the Blazers last night. Yes, Jason Tatum had his 34 points. Okay, he's the anointed one. But like I'm telling you, Brown's not a slouch. Brown will punish you if you leave him alone. That's one thing you have to know about Jaylen Brown. Do you know that if he hits 20 points, every time he scored 20 or more points, the Celtics have won. They are 13-0. Because this man is a better Kawhi than Kawhi himself. He has better quickness than Kawhi. His jump shot is more fluid than Kawhi's. His defense, the speed, the strength, the athleticism, the problem and the punisher is coming at you live and green, ladies and gentlemen. They're coming at you live and unfiltered. And once they learn, they are learning on the fly. This was only their second game in the bubble. And they stood up. They stood up to the pressure. Now let's talk about the protagonists. When I say the protagonist, I'm speaking about Kemba. Kemba is what IT should have been and what Kyrie should have been. IT because of injuries, Kyrie because Kyrie just doesn't have it up here on how to lead a team. But Kemba, I'm looking for Kemba to do what he did in the NCAA tournament. Lead his team, start out being aggressive. That's what a protagonist does. The hero of the whole thing. He will start them off. Then Jason will be the problem. And now you have the protagonist. Triple P threat. The Boston Celtics are real, people. The Boston Celtics are real. And I'm telling you, Giannis and his team are phonies. Giannis lost. Who did they lose to last night? The Rockets. The Rockets are smaller than the Celtics. The only reason, like I told you, the Celtics lost to them was because Tatum's game was off. Well, he got his hair straight now, as you can see. That's the Tatum we know. I think his chi was off, so now he's imbalanced, okay? But like I told you, Tatum was off. Kemba, the protagonist, his minutes were limited, and they still barely won. Okay? They still barely won. So they were full of themselves and they walked in on the Rockets. The Rockets showed them they're not going to get out for the East, ladies and gentlemen. The teams you think that are coming out, they're not. Lakers, Clippers, and Giannis and the Bucks are in trouble. They are in trouble because this environment is about heart, real heart, not heart that you show false heart when you have a crowd. Heart meaning that you love the game. The game actually runs and flows through you, that you don't care. You could be out there on a beach with a hoop with no net, and there was no cement, but you had that hoop. And if you're a baller, you're gonna ball no matter what, with an audience or without an audience. And these teams show you who has the heart and who doesn't. Because I'm telling you, Kemba and the boys and Brad, they're coming. They will be ready. These 8 games, don't be fooled. It's not about seeding. It is about seeding, but it's about heart. Who is going to stand under the microscope? Because this is more intense microscope than actually being at a live game. At a live game with people, there are so many distractions that you could flow through the game. Nobody, because there's so many things the commentators have to talk about. But this, all eyes are on you. All eyes are on you. And can you come through? And I believe the protagonist, the protagonist, the punisher, and the problem, no one has answers for. You're going to pay the consequences for doubting these 3. Because I'm telling you, boom, Celtics are coming, ladies and gentlemen. Celtics are coming. And they're coming out of the East. And Lord, look out. Look out, folks. Because the Punisher, boom, he's real. He will punish you. The problem, you cannot solve. And the protagonist will just sit back and watch it all happen.